I remember the moment my life turned upside down. I was at the grocery store, juggling milk and cereal, when my phone buzzed. It was Jessica, my sister, who I'd bailed out countless times. I expected another plea for cash. Instead, her text hit like a freight train. "I'm done with you. Expect a call from the cops." No explanation, just cold dismissal, like I was a problem she'd erased. I paid for my groceries in a daze, drove home, and sat in my car for 20 minutes, silent. Not angry, not crying, just numb. I texted back, "Fine." That text wasn't just her usual drama. It was her saying, "You're out of my life and I'm burning you down." She thought she had me cornered, but she forgot something crucial. See, Jessica and I had a joint savings account for her emergencies, rent, debts, you name it. I'd seeded it with $12,000 from my savings, thinking I was helping family. But we weren't married, and I was the primary account holder. That night, before I even unpacked the groceries, I logged into the bank's portal and froze the account. 3 clicks and her access was gone. Petty? Maybe. But after years of paying her rent, clearing her credit card debts, and lending her my car, only for her to spit in my face, this wasn't about spite. It was about self-respect. What happened next? I didn't see it coming. Within 48 hours, as I ate cold cereal alone, my phone rang. Unknown number. Voicemail. "This is Daniel Klein, attorney for Jessica Carter. Your actions regarding the joint account may constitute financial interference. Call us urgently." I laughed. Urgently? Her lawyer sounded desperate, not commanding. I didn't call back. More calls followed, then emails, each more frantic. They hadn't expected me to fight back. Jessica assumed I'd keep playing her savior, but I was done. The next day, a mutual friend, Sarah, called, hesitant. "Did you really freeze the account?" "Yep." "Jessica's losing it. She told Mom and Dad you're stealing from her." I almost said, "Not my problem," but held back. I didn't want to seem heartless, though I could have. Sarah added, "She says you're punishing her for needing help." I laughed. Punishing? No. I was just done being her ATM. What Jessica didn't know, and no one else did, was that I'd suspected her scheming for weeks. Late-night calls she'd dodge, work trips that didn't add up, whispers when I entered a room. I ignored it, thinking family loyalty mattered. But now, with her text, I saw her clearly. Instead of reacting, I watched. I let her spiral, let her lawyer squirm. And in that silence, the truth started leaking out. 2 days later, a knock. Not Jessica, our dad, David. Last time we spoke, he'd bragged about my responsibility at a family dinner. Now, he looked defeated. "What's going on with the account?" I crossed my arms. "I'm not bankrolling someone who threatens me with cops." "Is this about the car?" he asked. "She said you lent it to her." My jaw tightened. "She stole it, Dad, and crashed it." He shifted. "She's not saying anything. 1 minute she's cutting you off, the next she's crying about bills." I shrugged. "She ended this. She deals with it." He muttered, "I told her not to push you," and left. A strange calm settled in, but this wasn't over. The real crack came from Jessica's friend Mark, someone I barely knew. He DM'd me. "Sorry about Jess. You dodged a bullet. Ask her about Tyler." Tyler? The name rang a bell, some guy from her old job. I didn't respond, but checked her Instagram. A tagged photo from a girls' trip she'd claimed to be on showed Tyler, arm around her, cozy. That weekend, she'd said she was sick, while I was paying her overdue rent. My stomach churned. She wasn't just ungrateful. She was playing me, living a double life while I funded it. I didn't confront her. I acted. I called the bank, ensured the account freeze was permanent, and sent them Jessica's text for good measure. They noted her lawyer had already called, begging to reinstate access. Too late. Then I reached out to my old friend, Rachel, a financial lawyer in Denver. I'd turned down a job with her firm to stay near family. I told her I was ready to work. She laughed. Finally. We set a call for Monday. Jessica? Silent. Her style, never direct, always proxies, lawyers, friends, guilt. But I wasn't her pawn anymore. Sunday, the next bomb. My bank flagged an attempt to drain the joint account, $12,000 to a personal account in Jessica's name. I called immediately. They'd frozen it in time. Then, an email from her lawyer. Ms. Carter is entitled to funds she contributed to the joint account for shared expenses. A lie. Every cent was mine. Her contributions were promises, never delivered. I had receipts. She'd kept her money separate, claiming independence. Now she wanted my savings. I forwarded the email to Rachel, who said, "She's desperate. This won't be her last move." She was right. That night, Jessica left a voicemail, her voice shaky, almost broken. "Mike, I didn't mean for this. Things got messy. I panicked. Don't think I wanted to hurt you." I played it twice, then deleted it. No reply. She wasn't used to me walking away. She thrived on control. Monday, I signed Rachel's job offer, remote, with a relocation option. I was taking my life back. But Tuesday, the final twist hit. Sarah called, voice trembling. "Jessica's saying she's pregnant. Claims it's your fault she's stressed. Says you're abandoning her." I froze. "Pregnant?" "Yeah, but Tyler's been at her place every night since this started. She says she's 8 weeks along." I did the math. 8 weeks ago, Jessica was too busy to meet, dodging me while I paid her phone bill. We hadn't been close. In years. No way this was my mess. She was setting a trap, maybe for sympathy, maybe for leverage. I stayed calm. "Did she say how far along?" 8 weeks. I exhaled. She was lying. I barely slept, piecing it together. The text, the cops, the pregnancy, all calculated, not a tantrum. Jessica didn't just want money. She wanted to control the narrative, to keep me tethered while she moved on with Tyler. The next morning, her lawyer emailed, aggressive. "Given Ms. Carter's pregnancy and your financial abandonment, we're considering legal action for emotional distress and support obligations." Obligations. They wanted to lock me in before I could fight back. I didn't flinch. I called Rachel, told her everything. Pregnancy claims, account theft attempt, cop threats. "File first," she said. "Build a paper trail." I hired a local attorney, Karen Holt, a no-nonsense family law expert. She sent a letter to Jessica's lawyer. "Mr. Carter denies any responsibility until a verified paternity test. Attempts to access joint funds or portray him as negligent will be treated as defamation. We demand full disclosure of Ms. Carter's assets." 2 hours later, Jessica called 6 times. I didn't answer. Karen got a call from her lawyer, whining that Jessica was distressed, and we'd ambushed her. Karen shot back. She invited legal action. We're responding. I felt rage, grief, regret. Not for losing her, but for ignoring the signs, her secrecy, her excuses, her insistence family meant I owed her. The final blow came from Tyler himself. At 10 p.m., a Facebook message from a blank profile. "We need to talk." "I don't want to be in her games." I typed, "Talk." He replied, "She said you two were done years ago, that you were just helping her out of guilt." My blood boiled. "We were family until she threatened me with cops." He paused, then, "She said you were controlling, took her money." I laughed bitterly. I paid her bills. She stole my car. He didn't reply for 20 minutes. I don't believe her anymore. I told Karen. She filed a protective brief against potential false claims like abuse to shield me if Jessica escalated. Friday, the bank emailed an apology. Jessica had tried to forge a document to access the frozen account, claiming I'd authorized it. They'd flagged it and contacted the authorities. Fraud. I sent it to Karen. "This is criminal," she said. "We can go to the police." I hesitated. I just wanted out. But Jessica was unraveling, and desperate people don't stop. The next week was chaos. Jessica's lawyer tried new angles, claiming I'd abandoned her, then backtracking. To resolve privately. Sarah called, panicked. "Jessica posted she miscarried, says it's your fault for stressing her." I was stunned. Was she faking a miscarriage for sympathy, to paint me as the villain? Karen wasn't fazed. "She's digging her own grave." Jessica's social media spiraled. Teary selfies, vague posts about betrayal. She was crumbling, exposing herself. Then, a call from Dad. Not the stern lecture from before. He sounded broken. "I owe you an apology. Jessica's been lying to us all." He admitted she'd been with Tyler for months, faked the pregnancy and miscarriage for pity, even borrowed money from them to keep up appearances. "I should have seen it," he said. "We'll fix this." I didn't know how to respond. Part of me wanted to scream for their enabling, but I was too tired. "It's done, Dad." I hung up. I blocked Jessica's number, deleted her from my life, texts, photos, all of it. I sent her belongings to our parents' house. She tried, reaching out, but I was gone, untethered from the brother I'd been. The hardest part? Realizing the sister I loved was a fiction. She'd always been this manipulator, and I'd been her mark. A year later, Jessica's a mess, from what I hear. I don't check. I've moved to Denver, bought a condo in my name, and work with Rachel's firm. I'm free. The lesson? Don't let someone's manipulation steal your life. I was a fool once. Never again. Final update. It's been months since I cut off my toxic sister and family. Jessica's gone. My parents are distant, and I'm happier than ever. Your reactions were wild. Some backed me, others called me cruel. To supporters, your stories of escaping toxic family gave me strength. Boundaries aren't selfish. They're survival. Jessica had years to change but chose lies and betrayal. Choosing myself brought peace. To critics, I get it. Family's sacred. You think I should have helped her, reconciled with my parents? But why's it on me to fix her mess? Why forgive someone who tried to frame me? Enough was enough. Jessica's couch surfing, off social media. My parents are mad I didn't save her. I'm in Denver, thriving. Who's right, those with me or those saying I went too far? Let's hear it.